Okay, so today we have a good old-fashioned shoe battle. So we're going to be looking at some trail shoes and see which one I think is the best. So, bring on shoe number one. Shoe number one is the Hoka Tecton X. These are 252 grams in weight. They have a 4mm drop. They have 33mm of stack in the back and 29mm in the front. They are 240 Canadian dollars and they have a decent tread with a 4mm lug depth. So that is shoe number one. Bring on shoe number two. Shoe number two are the Nike ZoomX Zegama Trail. And these are the heaviest of the three shoes. These are 317 grams. They also have a 4mm drop. They have a 4mm lug depth, but they have a much higher stack. They are 37mm in the heel and 33mm in the forefoot, and these have the ZoomX foam throughout. Bring on shoe number three. Shoe number three in the shoe battle is the Inov8 PARKCLAW G280. This is a much more flexible shoe, a significantly higher drop, so it's an 8mm drop, but with a significantly lower stack height. So they say 10 and 18, but they also say that with the insole it is 29 and 21. The stats for the Inov8 PARKCLAW are, they're right in the middle in terms of weight. They are 280 grams. They're a much higher drop than these two. These two are 4mm, this is 8mm. They're a much lower stack, and the price is right in the middle as well. These are $210, these are $240, and these are $230. So let's go and try them on foot. So first up, we're going to start with the Inov8 PARKCLAW G280. The initial comments are the tongue is way too fat. The lacing system isn't as good as the Zegama, for example. But the comfort, as soon as you put them on, they feel comfortable. And the flexibility is good. And the grip is insane. Straight away, the comfort on these is amazing. Like, you feel like your foot is working with you. Some of the bigger shoes, you feel like you're just sort of bulldozing your way through the trails. These ones, they feel nimble, they feel flexible. They're a real joy to run in. My only issue is, with my own form, I think my heel striking really makes my heels a bit sore in these. So that's something to be aware of. So those were the Inov8 PARKCLAW 280s. I've done 3 reps in those, and they're super fun. Like on little shorter stuff like that, they're really comfortable. They are really flexible. You can feel yourself getting up on your toes. You can feel the trail. The grip is amazing. It's the longer ones that I think you got to be a bit careful about these for, introducing them into your rotation, because like I say, if you're a heel striker like me, my heels were hurting a bit. But the next I pulled at random out of the bag are the Nike Zegama, and these are a much bigger shoe. They're heavier, they got a way bigger stack height, they have a much better lockdown than the Inov8s. But let's see how the Nike Zegama does. So already the Zegama are a very different proposition. You can feel the stack height, like, significantly. It's not a bad feeling, but on these shorter reps up a hill, you know, no more than a minute, you can really feel the difference in terms of there's a bigger stack height. The grip is definitely not as good as the Inov8. There's nothing wrong with the grip, but the grip on the PARKCLAW, the Inov8, was sensational. So to be fair to the Zegama, this is not a fair test. This is not what it was designed for. It was designed clearly for way longer distances and not for sprinting up hills. More protection. The ZoomX feels different, but different's okay. So the Nike Zegama, I think the verdict on those is if you're heavier, if you're going longer distances, if you're a significant heel striker, these are probably the ones that you want. I love the lockdown in the upper. I love the tongue. It's great. Like, why doesn't everyone do this? It's thin where you don't need much tongue, and it's padded where the laces go. Like, it seems so obvious. So Nike has nailed that. But the next shoe we're going to try is the Hoka Tecton X. These are the only ones they've got 2 carbon fiber plates. These are the only ones with any carbon fiber plate. So let's see how these fare. Let's start with the grip. I wouldn't say they're not grippy, but they are the least grippy of all of the shoes. I would say the most grippy is the Inov8 PARKCLAW G280, then comes the Nike Zegama, and then the Tecton X. And they're the lightest of the shoes, but I wouldn't say that they feel that way. I would say that the Inov8s feel way lighter than these, even though these are 50 grams lighter. So there's that to bear in mind. You've got the carbon fiber plates in these. I don't know, I can't feel any extra snap or any extra propulsion. The Inov8s were super fun. The Zegamas were very different, but you know, fun to run in. These are, yeah, meh, they're fine, nothing wrong with them. But when you compare them against the other two, they feel a bit flat, they feel a bit dead. So far, yeah, they're okay. Okay, so what did we learn? So if I needed trail shoes just to do sprints up a hill on gravel, I would choose these shoes. The Inov8 PARKCLAW G280. They're super flexible. They're not the lightest of all of the shoes, but they really felt it, and I really enjoyed them. They're just super comfortable. The drawbacks with these are this tongue is just stupid. Like, you need a better lockdown than that. And I think a lot of people might struggle with the stack height. They definitely do impact my heels. The grip is sensational. So I do think today's test, which was running up short hills, was skewed towards these shoes. These are always, I guess, going to be the perfect shoes for that type of session, and I really enjoyed them. If I was a heavier runner, or if I was doing an ultra, then I would use these shoes. The Nike Zegama. There's a lot of shoe here. There's a lot of stack height. There's a lot of stability in the back. I was worried that that was going to make my ankles roll and maybe even snap them. But I actually found them remarkably stable on the trail with decent grip, and they don't give you the responsiveness that I would expect from ZoomX, and it's a lot tougher than any other ZoomX I've felt before. So I'm quite surprised by that. But if I was doing a longer day on the trails or an ultra or something like that, I think I'd go with the Zegama. And that only leaves the Hoka Tecton X. So these are fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this shoe. I've just sort of struggled to really bond with it. The grip is fine. The stability is fine. It's nice and wide. It's nice and flexible. I didn't massively appreciate the 4mm drop, but that's the same with the Zegama. So, you know, you know, it's fine. It's a perfectly adequate trail shoe. It just didn't blow me away. So those are my thoughts after my trail test. So the winner, I guess, of the trail shoe battle was the slightly skewed test was the Inov8 PARKCLAW G280. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to mash the like button. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.